Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch today, and hopefully you guys had a Merry Christmas yesterday. I know I did. We got a lot of buyouts to go over, as well as a lot of interesting cards. But before we get into it, I'm actually going to be giving away the first card we're going over, which is actually bought out. Not one, but a playset of RUNICKS Return. Not that you have to play 3. All you have to do to win that playset is be subscribed to the channel. We're only 8 subscribers off of 4,500, by the way. Smash that like button and let me know in the comment section below what cards I'm going over or how your holidays were. And within a week and a half or two, you'll get the chance to win a playset of, again, Orchestrated Return. I'm going to be going back to doing a giveaway for my market watches once a week. You guys honestly deserve it, and I love giving back to my community. Thank you to my YouTube channel members who make this possible. I'll have an update video with some more stuff soon because I don't want to bore you guys too much at the beginning of the video. But if you're getting anything on TCG Player, please use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And consider joining our Discord. We got a lot of cool discussions there, from Edison older formats, penny stonks, buyouts, news, etc. Go join it. It's in the description below. I'd love to have you there. Anyway, RUNICKS Return, Ghost from the Past. I told people get this around 50 cents to about $1, but I ended up quickly telling people just to switch to the secrets for 2 to 3, not even bothering with this. But this was a penny stunk at one point, and right now people don't want to spend too much money on RUNICKS. These are $7 right now, going up to $9. If you have Ghost of the Past bulk, I would just go through it right now. You probably have a couple of these. While the secret rare, which again I told people to get around 2 or 3 for a first edition, right now you have 15 listings. If you go verified, 14. First edition, $9. You got some for 10s here, and then they quickly go up to about a $20 card. That's actually not that much. So I would definitely be, if you want your secrets, I would not spend the $7 for an ultra. I would spend about $3 extra for these secrets here, and then just kind of call it a day. Less than 10 listings is pretty scary. Nobody's going to be opening up Soul Fusion, even though this was actually a pretty cracked set back in the day. Ding ultis, want to go over these one more time. We checked back, and these were about 25 going up to 40s. I said, well, you have one more chance to get your ulti dings. Don't bother with the quarter centuries. And if you didn't bother with the quarter centuries or got your ultis when they were cheaper, good job, because they're actually for verified near mint. 53, 55, going up to about $70. I wonder if they have the quarter century here. No, they do not. So if you ended up getting the quarter century or you held on to that, well, this thing's about $17 to $20. It went a little lower than it was previously, which as most buyouts do. Again, I think the quarter century is just overinflated, especially compared to the ulti. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you got your ulti dings at around 30 something. Shocking how cheap ulti dings were for a long time. Ghost Spell, a card that I told people to get around $10 to $12. You always get hand traps when people are not looking at them, because that's when they're the cheapest. And there's always going to be formats that are going to favor hand traps. You know, when I talked about Phantasme being $1 for its reprints, if you end up getting those, well, you know, reprint Phantasmes are anywhere from $7 to $8 to like $10. And have been for a while. But Ghost Spells are about 46 going up to 53. So right now, one singular copy is worth more than what a playset was when I told you guys to get it, which is crazy how cheap this card was at one point. I think a lot of people didn't know really ratios, and again, people want playsets, so a lot of these quarter centuries were going to age like fine wine. Everyone was too busy looking at Ash Blossom like they were going to buy it, because let's be real, most people were not going to drop the $400 to $600 on a set of Ash, and they didn't. Meanwhile, Ghost Spell, $35, $40, a lot more manageable. And now that window is shut. So if you got your quarter century Ghost Spells when they were cheaper, a good job. Veilers, these were never really cheap, but they keep going up 60, well, actually, no, $77, $80. You know, I think a lot of people wanted the Starlight Rare, and now that we have the quarter centuries at $77, $80, it's just like, it's too late. You know, maybe I'll be happy playing the collector's rares or treating myself to this as like a gift once in a while. But gorgeous looking card, $77 to $80. Rarity collection is still really worth it. The bulk is still really good as well. Nadir Servants here are also going up $26, $30 for your Nadir Servants. Quite a bit of money for that. I actually want to look at near servant the other versions of it really quickly here to kind of see, kind of gauge shows. Now you have CRs without photos here at about $5. Okay. You have the that's, well, actually that's for OGs. That's not bad actually. OGs for $5. I would actually go ahead and grab that. But if you want the CRs for threes or the ultis for threes, it's not awful. You also got platinums at twos, regular secrets at twos, and then the rest of these are just not really worth anything. But hey, could be in the future here. Dimension Shifter quarter centuries here. These are about $25 to $30. These are going up because people thought, oh, it's going to get hit on the ban list, which I personally thought it would, but I guess this could get hit on the next one. I mean, they didn't really, even though this ban list had a lot of changes. Again, I had a whole live stream about that. Go check that out. And while you're there, go check out my 5 cards to have your trade binder. If you're looking at some of the picks that I went over here and you're like, man, I wish I got some, well, my 5 cards have your trade binder. There's a lot of good picks there still, even though some of those cards are moving up. Not going through any of them this market watch. And if I get about 120 likes on that video, I will be doing a part 2 in early January. So there'll be 2 episodes in January. It's got about 90 something, maybe 100 likes now. So not too many more likes until it hits that goal. But yeah, Dimension Shifter, $25 to $30 here. Albaz is about 26 to 40. Don't get me wrong, Albaz is a great card. It's cool. I knew this was going to be worth money, but I ended up telling people might as well just get the ulti Albaz at this point, and I still am going to stick to this even though the market said otherwise. Near mints are, well, more than when I told you guys to get them. I told you guys to get them at 10, they're 13, bottoming out at about $22 here. Then about going up to about 30 on the next page. Granted, there's a wall right here at 28. I think it's better you get this ulti than the quarter century, especially because the ulti is going up as well in pursuit. So go ahead, grab your ultis if you're watching this right now. Also, just looks absolutely gorgeous. As an ulti, the only problem is OTS 19 sometimes has a bit of quality issues. So definitely get the near mint and make sure your copy is good. Because OTS 19, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, yeah, I've seen skill drains pulled moderately played. It's bad. In fact, I could have got a lot more OTS 19 for very cheap, and I decided just to pass on that, which I guess we'll quickly look how this is doing real quick. So you got skill drains at 25, which is not awful. We got these that are going up. You got War and Trenches can't hold $15. Kai's at 3. Nice little penny stock that's going to go up. Gores are 2. Chalices here. Again, matter of time until that goes up. And then, yeah, just a bunch of penny stocks, and that's about it. Ancient Fairy Dragon quarter century. This is also going up to about $18, $27. Now, I don't necessarily know why. I think people just want it for the Signer Dragon personally. By the way, do any of you guys drink coffee in the morning? I love coffee in the morning. But yeah, not bad overall. I thought we were going to get a CR of this in Maze, and I'm really glad we did, because if we got a CR like 10 months later, I would have been like so mad. They did that for Avermax, where we got Avermax as a CR in the set that this finally got reprinted, and then they gave us a CR Avermax 10 months later, and they only gave this a rare, and I was like, why are they not giving it a CR? And I'm like, oh, okay. So they want people to spend money, and then 10 months later, they're like, oh, wow, great. Sleipnir, I told people to get this between $20 and $30 for a very long time. Runic is dominating. It won the YCS. It didn't get touched by the ban list. People are using it as an engine, right? It's a tier 1 to 1.5 engine, regardless of how you feel about it now, and that's with 2 Fountain. This is a ticking time bomb. I told people even about the secret when they were cheap, around $2 or $3. Well, quarter century, I guess people finally decided to listen. $55, $60. If you missed this, I mean, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I brought this up at every opportunity. Secret rares are also going up. You got unverified for $4, so maybe they're trying to make a sale, whatever, but interesting. If we click verified here, which, by the way, I want to give you guys a tip here. If you're wondering if a card is getting bought out a lot, yeah, you could look at sales, but if you look at the front page and there's almost no verified, yeah, that card's going to the moon. $15 to $20 for your Sleipnirs right now. Can't say I'm surprised. Runic stuff is going up across the board. We already went through CRs, I believe, last Mark Watch, but I want to check back on these. You got $50 going up to 62, 65 here. Okay. Kind of what I expected. You got fountains here at about 45, 50, 60, 70, $70 right here, going up to 78. RUNICKS fountains were as cheap as 20s. I thought that was kind of too cheap for fountains. I ended up telling people to get CR fountains, and CR tips were pretty good at 33. So if you did, hey, good job. Even with the looming ban list, I think that was good to pick those up. That was a very sizable gamble, and they were so cheap to the point where it was like, you know what? You're not going to be losing much if you lose the gamble. There's more reward than risk here. And, well, there was a lot more reward in the aftermath. Secret rare tips here are about, let's see, for verified, $11 for your tips. Yeah, I told people 3 is too cheap here. I won't really move them. If you didn't, good job. Now's the time where you move them. Huggins, 3 is going up to $5. Kind of same thing. Winged Dragon of Raw Mortal Phoenix. Someone actually alerted me on my comment section that these got bought out, which, by the way, if you guys tell me what's bought out, I love you a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I love it when people tell me about buyouts, because I don't have eyes at every corner of the market, and I don't always go over what other people did. If it's important and I want to, obviously I will, but I haven't seen anyone go over this, and I don't think any other market watch people knew, including me. I had to be told. So a person in my comments who told me, thank you so much. And thank you for some of the positivity in my last market watch in the comment section, by the way. I always really appreciate it. You know, views have been down this month a lot. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend, lie, even though I'm a market watch person, look at the numbers is technically my job, quote unquote. I try not to do that with viewer slips, subscribers, all that. But when you notice a dip, it's hard, and it kind of gets to you. You know, I kind of felt down a little bit. But these are about $14, going up to $20 for your OG Ultras from Millennium Pack. I said the reprints were a good penny stock. These could go up eventually, and I guess eventually has run its course. Now, the dual power ones, which dual power is 5 years old. Yeah, because it came dual power, and then we got dual overload. These are $9 to $11. So if you got this as a penny stock, they definitely went up. I actually covered this card when it was about $5. I said, hey, your penny stock has bloomed, which for a dollar card, if it goes up to 5, usually I call that a win already, because if you're getting 5 times your profit, you know, it's not like you're always winning big at a casino, right? I don't always get a card. I expect it to go up like 10, 15, 20, 18 times always. Sometimes a simple double or a % increase is good enough. When it comes to penny stocks, if you see 3s to 5s to 6s, that's pretty good. But there are cards that are like $1 or $2 that you're like, yeah, it's a waiting game. They're gonna go up like crazy. Was Immortal Phoenix one of those? I'm not necessarily gonna say that, but hey, if you held on to it for more than when it was 5, or you have these lying around, they're worth a lot of money now. Lubellion, I thought these were too cheap, honestly, but I ended up telling people not to get the originals at 16. I said, you know what? Originals at 16 and 18 are way better. Well, the reprint's 25 here, and the OGs right here are about $32, $40. If you got the OGs, good job. You made a lot of money. 45 here. This is way too much money for this, honestly. $50. If you have this card, definitely go ahead and move it. Lubellions are absolutely soaring. It's a one of, but I guess it's a good one of. It's nice to see these tins worth a lot more. Again, the RUNICKS stuff's up. You know, you had Fenrir's at a lot of majors rooms at 16, 9 there. Fenrir's are about, yeah, like $27 to $30 today, which is not that bad. In fact, I want to go over Ulti Fenrir very quickly. Just want to see the movement on that. This card is always like around 20 listings or less. 10 listings today for verified near mint. 51 to 70. Keep an eye out on that. Then we have the Monstrous Revenge Quarter Century Rare, 221, 250. This was not a bad Quarter Century. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and people want their high rarity, especially because you don't need to get 3 of this, so it kind of helps. Someone in my comments section, by the way, shouts to who told me this. I believe it's Don't Put Me in Garbage. Actually told me about a great card to look over, and that was Visa Starfrost Ultra Rare. I remember this card being anywhere from $15 to $25, $30, and I said, well, these people are going to want the secret rares, but if you get the ultras for cheap, definitely go ahead and do so. And Starfrost had this window around $5 for the ultra. It was like 5 to 8. Secrets were about 6, 7. That was really, really good. Now, Ultras right now, because they went down because of all the reprints, and Manadium is just not doing enough, sadly. Droll's just a hard card. Ultras are $3. And we know this card, I told people there's no reason to really look into this card too much because we're getting another reprint in the 2-player structure deck. But these Ultras for sneak peek at $3 to 4s, honestly, it might take a while, but you're going to want to get these. Remember, sneak peek is a limited quantity card. Whatever we have out there is whatever we have out there. These types of cards are very rare. Even if it's ever used or popular, which, I mean, it's star for us, right? Lore-wise, it's going to go crazy. Ambler Whale, which is another card I told people to get as a penny stonk, was another one. This card reached up to $16, $20. And this card moved, and a lot of people were interested in it. This is the cheapest it's been, stabilizing around $6 to $7. So again, this is the kind of stuff you're going to want here. The Starlight Dark Magicians. Now, I personally love this card, and I ended up telling people to get this around 180 to 200. Right now, they're really cheap, about 116, 130. A lot of people are like, this is going to be on the chopping block eventually as a reprint, and Konami is reprinting Starlights. I think this card still has potential to go up with 19 listings here. The scarce got to it pretty badly, and I don't blame people for being very wary with Starlight rares, but $116, you really can't go wrong with this as a good pick right now. Toon Kingdom Ultimate Rare, want to check up back on this. You got 28 listings here, and the sales are pretty good here, actually, at least for December. You know, you got about over 10 copies moving for an older OTS ulti that is going to go up, not because of meta relevance value, but because of just old collectability, scarcity, and if we do get Toon support, that will also influence this card. It's not completely impossible. It's just something I wouldn't necessarily bank on. Right now, they're about $25 here. Go up to about $31. There's always a lot of these on the market. I feel like a lot of people are just tired of waiting for this. But on the next page, it does go up to $50. It's an ulti that if you don't have a play of, you're definitely going to want to grab. And then for the last card I have for today's Market Watch, remember, if you guys want to win a play set of Orchestrated Return, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know how your holidays were or what cards to go over in the next Market Watch. There will be rules as the pinned comment in the description, US and Canada only. But yeah, Atlantean Dragoons ultis, these only have 18 listings. Verified near mints, 113 here, going up to 130. Reason why I think this card's a little lower on listings is not only is this an older card that people don't look at, but hat format is quite popular. I think we also had some Atlantean support announced somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I feel like we got Atlantean support. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But yeah, with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys not for tonight's Market Watch, but probably tomorrow's, where we'll have a nice live Market Watch. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.